Hello there. About 6 months ago, Only One Kenobi did a video. He was reviewing the Power of the Force 2 Dewback that came out, it was at 98, 99, somewhere in there. Or actually, probably earlier than that. I didn't look that part up. But I made a comment on his video how I would like a modern update. Even though that one does kind of hold up. It's a nice piece. But I had totally forgotten that there was one when I wasn't really all out on collecting. It was in 2009. The Legacy Collection had a Dewback and with a Stormtrooper. It came with a Sand Trooper, and then they re-released it again in the very short-lived Discover the Force line. This one, like the one I have here, that did not come with a Sand Trooper. But I was able to pick this up fairly cheap, and I thought we'd give it a look and compare the two and see how they look. So let's just start, because I haven't opened the box yet. I haven't even really looked at it. But this Discover the Force, they actually had some really good figures. I mean, that was like a lot of the figures from that line ended up in the early waves of the Legacy Collection, or I'm sorry, the Vintage Collection. And like Aura Singh, that was when that new sculpt of Aura Singh came out. The Naboo fighter pilot, Rick Oli, there was an updated sculpt of him. There was a bunch that came out. They were really great. The neat thing was it came with these little 3D glasses here, and there's like a scene on the back. I'll show you on this one. There's a little 3D scene that they took with whatever was inside. So this one here is the Dewback. It's 2 of 2. It came also. There was another one. Was the Vulture droid that also came out. And I never saw these in the stores. I saw a few of the figures, but these bigger pieces, hey, Walmart, So here's the package. And it's a decent enough package. Obviously not the vintage box, which is always really, really nice. But, a decent enough look at it there. It's got a removable saddle and reins. All right. So let me get a couple minutes here, and I will open this up and take it out of the package, and then we can take a closer look at it. Okay, so here he is out of the package, and there is a little assembly required. The back 2 legs have to be popped on. Here, I'll show you. They show you in the directions here. Just the way they put it in the package. So on legs on one side had to be popped in. It's just a simple ball and socket joint. They just pop right on, and it shows you here how to remove the reins and stuff. There's like a little peg here you can pop out and stuff. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it on anyway. But you can see that's kind of neat. You can pull the reins out here, so you can be kind of leading them along, or just have them ride a Sand Trooper up here riding the traditional way, or an old Obi-Wan perhaps, if they had better hip articulation for that scene in Rebels where Ezra goes to Tatooine to save him from Darth Maul, and then that very quick lightsaber fight between Obi-Wan and Maul. Great episode. If you haven't watched Rebels, I do recommend it. It's a really good show. But let's talk about our Dewback here. And so he does have this, his head articulation can up and down a little bit, side to side, and twist it a little bit. Actually it goes all the way around, but that's not real realistic. But the feet, ankles are articulated here, as well as the shoulders, hips as well. They can move, and the ankles on all 4 legs there work. So he can stand fairly well. I mean, it's definitely a good look. A good sculpt on him. So it's definitely nice. A lot of great detail with the saddlebags and stuff on the saddle. That looks really good. And geez, all the way around on that. And the bridle looks good. up here. It definitely did a good work on this. And she's really nice. I wouldn't mind if they were going to do a re-release. Just release this thing. It looks great. So it definitely looks all right. I don't have... What I need is another Sand Trooper with good hip articulation. I'll have to look and see which ones of my other my little Sand Trooper display, if any of them do. You can just have them ride it. But definitely you can get them set up here. That's a lot. We'll just put that out like that. Move the legs around so we definitely on all fours. It's very stable. So it looks good. The tail doesn't move, and unfortunately that was the one thing not articulated. Not a deal breaker. I'll say that right now. It's with the sculpt and everything for this, it looks really good. But so the original premise here was, is this a decent enough update from the Power of the Force 2 version? So let's do a little comparison of that. All right, so here we are. Here's the Power of the Force 2 version. Now let me just take him off for a bit. So we're really, there, here, the mount, the Stormtrooper mount there, or Sand Trooper, I should say. So he actually can straddle the. He's a little posty, sorry about that. But as you can see, this one does have the articulating tail, so you can move the head. So there's a little play feature there. Pretty neat. But he's got in the front only. No. Yeah, so the front and back legs, all swivel legs, no ankle articulation like this guy. But definitely still a really good sculpt. Coloring's a little different there. It's kind of like a giant iguana. But I don't know, I still like him. It's a really good look, very solid figure, creature here. And but so look at these. Faces only a mother could love, right? But and definitely this head's much bigger than Power of the Force 2 and than this one, but still. This one kind of stands more like the vintage one, if you remember that, where you can just put the Stormtrooper in that little, it's just like the vintage Tauntaun, just that little hole, like a little trap door kind of thing in the back where you could just put them in there. I always liked that. It was pretty neat. But so definitely looking at these as a comparison, the Discover the Force version is definitely taller. It's longer. So it's a little bigger. I wonder if this guy, well, he sit on this as well. A little tougher, but it can be done. It's not looking he's not as graceful on there as you can see, but he definitely fits well on the one he was designed for, obviously. But still, this is still a really good figure. I'm gonna have to figure out a way on my shelf there. It's a small little triangular shelf in the corner where I have my Sand Troopers. You can see it in the room tour video, but it would be a little crowded. Definitely a lot of rearranging, but I'm going to see if I can get both of these guys on there. And then the real trick is going to be if I can find a trooper that can sit on this, or am I just going to have a guy sitting in front holding the reins? And I still kind of like this look for the reason there was a promo shot for the original Star Wars that showed the Sand Trooper sitting on a Dewback, and this is really just kind of the look that creature had in that photo. So definitely want to keep it on there, and so that one's going to stay where it was. But I'm going to see if I can put this one in on a different part, the different part of the shelf, just kind of rearrange it a little bit. And so let me mess around with that for a little bit, and I will show you the final results. Okay, so here they are back on the shelf, and I was way crowded. Good news is I did find that this was the Black Series red box. I think they did re-release this in the vintage collection as well, or maybe it came in the vintage collection first and Black Series. I don't remember offhand, but not important. But he does have the hip articulation, so I can get him to sit on the saddle of the Dewback. And then I have all my rest of my Sand Troopers here. I got two from, these were from the Stormtrooper Evolution packs there. I believe he was Power of the Jedi, if I recall correctly. Ray Pauldron there. And then this is another one of the Black Series. I got them from Black Series, but like I said, I believe these were available in the vintage collection as well. The same sculpt. But, so there we go. This is, I think he was Legacy Collection, Saga, I can't recall right off the top of my head. And then there's the Power of the Force 2 one that came with the Cantina playset. The little cardboard playset there. And it's still worth having them back there. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to move them, give them a little more space. But, definitely a look. I don't know. Maybe I can, my Mandalorian collection, if I could put that in there. These guys will fit there, but that could probably look crowded as well. But then we'd get a little featured spot. That's weird because I can get two creatures on a shelf with my Jawa and Tusken Raiders there. And then I'll go load up with Wookiees, but that's not what we're talking about today. And I can definitely load it up with clones. I mean, look at that. But here we go with these guys here. And so we have a nice shelf of two Dewbacks and a squad of Sand Troopers there. And maybe they'll find the droids they're looking for. But that should wrap it up for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please, if you liked it, please hit like if you are new to the channel. Right down here, there's a little subscribe button. Come and be part of this community and check out some of my other videos. And until the next one, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.